Happy Friday, Facebook. Happy Friday. Got up early this morning and hit the gym. I mean, I really did not feel like going this week. I went up in weight on all my exercises this week, and I didn't feel like lifting that weight this week, boy. I mean, I really didn't feel like it this week. But I know that I got to do it, and I got to go up in weight next week. Every week, I got to go up at least 10 pounds. If anybody that knows me knows that I haven't really had a physique of a bodybuilder, muscles. Despite I've been lanky a good chunk of my life. I went from lanky to being thick and fat, to being in denial and all that stuff. And now I'm really taking the healthy steps to build my body the way I want it built, and I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm calling it my Shannon Sharpe mode. So I want it to be cut up by my 50th birthday. I turned 49 in October. So I've given myself a year and 2 months to build the body that I want. And in the process, I'm going to be shedding a lot of things that have caused me the gluttony in my life. And gluttony can consist of food. It can consist of bad mistakes. It can consist of people. It consists of situations and circumstances that I will no longer allow to be in my circle that's so small it's a period, and I almost didn't make the cut. So the title of this video is The Irony of Life. The irony of life is to be able to understand that there are certain things that are beyond our control, but the majority of them are. Life is a situational thing. If the synthesization is occurring in our lives and we're understanding the power of what we do, the power of positive thought, the power of feeding ourselves with positive situations, positive food, positive people, positive fun, that the regurgitation of that is going to be favor. It is a mathematical and statistical fact. If I surround myself around intelligent, smart, and caring people, that some of that's going to rub off on me, and I'm going to implement it in my life. And then in turnabout, I become epic. You know what I'm saying? Never has a society done so little but expect so much as it does today. And I stress that not to be condescending to anyone's dream or anyone's purpose or how they feel about themselves or what they're doing out here in society. But the one thing that I tell everyone, the nucleus of everything who you are needs to be authenticity and transparency. So if you know deep down that you ain't shit, or you're not doing what you're supposed to do based upon how you're yoked and built, then don't get offended when somebody else sees it. Because take it as, okay, that intelligent being is seeing something that I can't put over, not even on myself. Therefore, that's the kind of person you really want to have in your circle and your friend. So the irony of life is to be transparent and be authentic within yourself. The synthesization of life can only occur if you embrace it and understand the effects of it and why your life needs it and is essential to your life is food and water. When you get that and understand that, the irony of life becomes another tale of greatness, something else that you can put in your repertoire, and you can say to yourself, hey man, I'm one step closer to being great and understanding how greatness is built. I'm not in denial. I'm not one of those people that are in the dark. Therefore, you won't be bound by other people's soliloquies and what have you, because you're keeping it 100. The 100ness of how you feel, how you move, the people that you align yourself with, and the people that you make allies. The one thing that I do not do in my life, and I'm just going to keep it real 100, I do not align myself. I do not condone people that will say something bad and do something bad to someone who I know in my heart doesn't deserve it, or it's not merited, because they don't understand how that person thinks, or they don't understand how that person moves. And that person is just trying to fill themselves out and become and understand the synthesization of their lives. So many times we make so many, I don't know how many times, and anybody that knows me on an intimate level, Sabrina, I'm gonna use you for example. Sabrina came to me at one of the lowest points of my life when I really didn't know if I wanted to live or die. And we've known each other for years anyway, but she put herself in a different light, a different situation within my life, and our soul ties became more firm. So when she speaks to me about people, speaks to people about me and what I do and how I feel about life and my side, the side of me that the majority of people would know if they would take time. You know, she has to defend me, and it's crazy. Why do you have to defend somebody that's a good person? Because other people have bound themselves to their soliloquies and their own thoughts without merit, without investigation, and without true soul searching, because it is so easy in this mix and drink society to cast people off without investigating. And that's the other flip side of the coin on the irony of life. I read something on someone's Facebook today that says people think that when I'm paraphrasing, so forgive me. People think that moving to Oklahoma and Texas is the answer to all their problems. Now, someone that would post that and say that, and I read it, and there was a bunch of people who have never left the state to live, made comments. They're like, "LOL, you got that right," and then they come back and they got the same problems. Why would you want someone to come back and fail? Why would you find joy in the failure of others? Why would you sit in a room with other people who are scared to be different, who are scared to get outside the box and be great? And when they do, make a joke out of it. So I posted so eloquently, because I will. I said the only people that would say something like that is people who have not moved out of Oklahoma. I'm paraphrasing. I can't give you the verbatim because I'd have to leave the post. And I think about 3 people who left Oklahoma click love, and they said, yeah, it changed my life, and it changed mine too. And I promise you that my IQ had to go up a few numbers leaving there. And it's nothing bad about, I'm not dissing Oklahoma. Please don't get in your own circles and come up with your own conclusions, soliloquies that I said I hate Oklahoma, because you know people will run with this. They won't run with the good stuff like reading and helping a child read and helping and loving thy neighbor. They'll run with the messiness and try to put you in a box for what? I don't know, but who cares? That's negative energy, and we keep that over there where the tailpipe is. But I'm saying that if you are in a circle and you don't have people that hold you accountable for certain areas of your life to enhance growth, if your garden is constantly fertilized with the negative soliloquies of others, the negative thoughts of others, deception, unauthentic people, unloving, unkind, and self-righteous and self-worthy people in self-worthy situations, then the fruits that will bear from that, that soil will not be palatable for success. I'm just keeping it 100 because the rest of the people that I covet as friends and brothers and family, the Sabrinas, the Wayne Butlers, the Lena Fays, those people I covet as loved ones. And I have an obligation to them and other loved ones to be authentic and not front for the gram and front for the book, as some people will try to negate your growth as that. Now, this is nothing that I'm not making this post to defend anything, because again, I am made in the image of my maker, so therefore I lead with love, so I don't care what anybody thinks. You know what I'm saying? I am a brand too, so I have to be mindful, but the nucleus of my brand is truth and second chances. So the irony of life is to understand it, to weigh it out based upon how you are yoked, what you are capable of, not what you're doing, but what you're capable of doing. Like a lot of us don't run track, won't run the track, won't lose weight, won't get better health. But we have the capabilities and the intelligence to be great. We are yoked. There is bandwidth within our spirit and our mind that we have enough room for that to make our lives better. But we just don't have the gumption, as my mother would say, to make it so. So therefore, you are a genius in waiting. You are a beautiful person in waiting. You are a CEO in waiting. Mogul-minded. Everyone's a mogul. Your life is a business. Run it like a business. Be the coldest CEO you can be. Run your life as a well-oiled machined business. Run it like a business. You make some bad decisions, it's profit loss. You learn how to get you a bean counter. You're the bean counter. You're counting the beans. Hey, I'm hanging out with this person. Every time I talk to this person, I'm literally physically and mentally drained from all of their stuff. And they're not putting anything back in me. We have to cut that product and keep it pushing. You have to cut those people and keep it pushing and get you a different circle. A circle that is going to feed your spiritual and mental mind so that you can bear fruits to share with others so that they can fertilize their soil with your love and knowledge and your pure thoughts and your great 100 thoughts so that their garden can bear fruits, and so on and so forth. That's the irony of life. The synthesization at its most minuscule point to be great. Man, have a dope Friday. I'm on my way to this post office, and then I'm on my way home, and then I'm gonna get into changing some lives and feed my soul again with some dope stuff. And you do the same. I'm out.